Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another day of the video down. How's it going today? Today it is 10:15. I've just started getting dressed and I am now just producing my daily vlog from yesterday, which I believe is quite a long one, so we'll see how good the internet is, I guess. Also, don't mind the hair. I'm getting it cut later. So, I can't gel it. Otherwise though, ladies and gentlemen, I've been up quite a while. I got up at 7:30, but I played on my phone for a little bit, checked out like the Amazon deals and stuff. Because I've got like that Black Friday week. So I did that a little bit, then got up and I had breakfast. I wasn't going to have breakfast, to be honest with you. I got up and I was going to do some, I was going to have a cup of tea and then come into here and start doing some work, but I actually ended up having breakfast and then I came in here and did a little bit of work. So I was watching Chromecast on TV. Chromecast is fucking awesome, it's got to be said. And then I came into here and opened up all of my coding stuff, and then I'm like, you know what, you need a shower, had a shower, and now we are getting ready to do my daily vlog and stuff, and then I'm like, oh, I'll do my daily vlog, and then I'm like, shit, it means I need to have a shower, I need to get dressed, so here I am. Like I say, it's 10:15, I'm hoping to go out about midday today, so I need to sort out 2 daily vlogs, because I didn't do the description for yesterday's daily vlog, and I also need to do some programming. Although tonight is mostly going to be programming as well. There's a couple of changes I need to make to my code to make it like it does the job. I just need to be able to open it up so that it can actually produce data that I can use as like data results. It does its job, but I don't produce it in a way where I can analyze data from it. If that makes sense. It does make a couple of changes than that, but then otherwise tonight is basically going to be a sense of log on to the supercomputer, queue up a load of different tasks. The annoying thing is that I'm going out in the middle of the day to go and get my hair cut, to go to town, do some Christmas shopping, come back. The problem is that's when people use it, so I was hoping, well, I might end up getting up really early tomorrow morning again. Well, I always get up early, but get up tomorrow morning and do it, because then people might be less likely to be on the computer. And then, because it's like a big supercomputer everyone shares, it's like schedules your tasks and it's possible to get stuck behind people, which could be irritating. But we'll see. It's literally just a case of, right, run that script, email me when it's done, and then I'll come back and go away and do something else. But productivity is the key today, so I'm going to get a list ready. Why does the VPN screen on Atlas hang? It hangs every time you try and click like advanced options or connect or remove. It just hangs, look. Why? I don't understand. Right, that's now installing. Having issues with my VPN still for some reason. I don't know why this is so glitchy. I have to head out soon. This VPN thing's really annoying because there's nothing I can do about it. It just doesn't do anything. I don't know why it just hangs and it won't just let me add an option on it. To be honest with you, it's really irritating. So I don't know whether it's better. I'm just going to end up doing all this on my Surface, I think, until I can figure this out. I'm currently installing GCC and all that other stuff, which took like hours on my Surface, and this seems to fly, except it threw an error first time. I think it's because I had the wrong version of it, but it's by the by. Cool, right, but I'm gonna have to go in about I want to go in about 20 minutes, so we're gonna see how it goes. We're about to rev up all of my CPUs on it. What I can't wait for though, when I finish uni, or even to be honest with you next semester, or even now, let's be honest, I can just gut Atlas and just like get rid of all the shit I don't want or don't need. All of the crap I've downloaded for uni, I can just gut it out. I actually might do that this weekend and just be like, look, this is, because it's doing things now, like this thing I'm installing, it's going to University Computer Science /Emacs. I've never used Emacs. Before I came to university, they were like, oh, install Emacs, it's great. It's not great, it's shit. Oh my god, so I think like I've got a load of cross dependencies where stuff, like old stuff, is A, clogging up the computer because it's just like garbage, but then because of the nature of what the stuff is, it takes a lot of it causes errors in other areas. I wouldn't be surprised if something like that's causing this. I would not be surprised. That's the really nice thing about my Surface, apart from the fact that it doesn't really help because the hard drive's so small that it's already full. But the nice thing about the Surface is it's just a clean install, like it was just clean. The only things on it are the things that I want on it, and the things that are in certain places because I know at some point I'm not going to want them there, and I'm just going to just purge them. I can just be like, right, that's gone. So, yeah, that's the fun there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just, I want to get this up and running. I want to get this installed. I'm going to create 8 threads and compile GCC in it. Took my Surface like 2 or 3 hours to do that because it was on a really slow drive. This thing, it bloody flies, except it threw an error, but still flies. Like things like that, look, that's my D drive. Look how full that is. Look how unnecessary that is. Won't work. None of it works. I'm gonna have to just use my Surface to do this coursework and figure out why the fuck it doesn't work later. It's just filled with garbage, this computer is. It's just garbage. All of it. I've just gone through and purged a load of shit I don't need. God damn. Even things like that. Look how big this fucking drop down menu is. Jeez, it's unnecessary, man. Right, one last try and then I'm going. So, I'm prepping myself to leave now. And literally it's going to be a case of, nope, didn't work, shut down, bounce. And then it'll be a case of working on it on my Surface while trying to set up my computer to work properly. There's loads of things in my path. Emacs is in my path, that's why it keeps going there. Jesus. You see, look, it's like dilemmas, like, if only I had a longboard, to longboard into town with, or a bike. Wish I had a bike still. Okay, car key, well I don't need my car keys, but keys. I also need phone keys, camera, wallet, that's it, right? I'm thinking of taking a bag, just in case I go, well, this bag here, I'm thinking of taking my camera down. But the amount of times I take a camera and then never use it, that's the thing. If I'm going to take a bag like this anyway, then I may as well do. Maybe. To be honest, I kind of want to make like an afternoon of it. And then I'm going to stay up late and do this tonight. I kind of want to make an afternoon of it so that I don't have to like... you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going all the way down there just to turn back around again. I can see the wind. Bloody hell, it's windy outside. It's going to be cold as balls, it's got to be said. You could just copy things from computer to computer. It works on a Surface, just drag it over. That'd be good, wouldn't it? If only everything was like that, instead of just like the odd stuff that is maybe okay. Right, but it's working away now. Please, please. Stop that noise. Right, okay, let's go. I'm taking my camera because I'm taking a bag, so I may as well put a camera in it. Otherwise I'm taking a bag for no reason. Well, until I start dropping back, you know what I mean? It's so irritating having to take bags to actual shop. I'm actually going to complain about this now, because it is irritating. Because, like, I understand going to a supermarket. If you go to a supermarket, you're going to buy something. I've got to take a bag to town, even if I don't buy anything, just in case I do. Oh, it's really irritating. Oh man, it really winds me up a bit. Because I know for a fact that it's unlikely I'm going to pick anything up today. Well, no, I don't know that for a fact. I think there's something I'm looking at. But, you know what I mean? Like, you're just a normal shop. Normal shops should be exempt. Especially if you buy something over a certain price. Could you imagine buying like £100 coat and them saying, that's £105 and 5 pence please for the bag. Like, you're having a fucking laugh, mate. Throw the bag in for free, considering. It's like paying postage and package for expensive stuff. You shouldn't buy a bag for expensive stuff. Anyway, by the way, let's go. I think I am actively considering driving to my old flat and parking there and then walking into town. So it's not a long walk from there, but this is a long walk. Like, I do cut a considerable amount of distance by doing that. I'm going to do it. It literally halves the walking time. So I'm saving myself an hour. Well, not an hour. I'm saving myself a good half hour, and because I've left late, that's my reason. I'm gonna lie to you, that was a bloody brilliant idea. Like, we live further away from the town centre now. Like, it's about an hour-ish walk. Obviously, that's if you're like at a normal, regular pace. It's about an hour. That's quite tiring. Or I could drive 5-10 minutes down the road, park up where I know I can park safely, in my old flat. Where there's plenty of parking spaces. I parked my car there for half a year, so I know it's alright. And this is a 10-15 minute walk. and it's not one that I find a chore. Do you remember when I used to just pop down to town literally to walk around like 2 shops, not buy anything deliberately, just because I was bored? This is good. Although it's bloody cold as well. Got into my car. My poor car was so cold. Like the freaking radio wouldn't start. I had to boot it, like properly, like try to start it. It was weird. But yeah, the steering wheel and everything was freezing. Poor thing. So, oh god, it's not even proper winter yet. Although it's snowing in Nottingham apparently, so please don't fucking snow here. I can't be doing with that shit. Otherwise as well, what I'm thinking is to, well, I was talking about like on a nice new clean computer. I'm custom building my next computer. I'm not going to buy it from Dell, because the annoying thing about the fact that I've purchased mine from Dell is that the case is quite small, so it's quite difficult to update all its components and stuff. Not that I know much about that, but I'll pay someone else to build it for me. I'm going to have 4 hard drives in it, not 2, and I'm going to have 1 like small hard drive, 128 SSD for the OS, nice and small, then a 500 gig SSD for programs like games and stuff, and then a terabyte hard drive for data, maybe 2 terabyte because they're cheap, why not? And then a huge 2, maybe 4, maybe more terabyte hard drive for backups. Oh, that's going to be the dream. I'm dreaming about hard drives. Not even graphics cards or anything like that, I don't care. don't really care about that. Oh man. That's going to be the dream. And we're going to have 32 gig of RAM, so I can have 16 gig RAM disk and not break a sweat. Oh dear, look, this entire road just being gutted up for water. Roads normally like cars parked all the way along, but those cars are pissed. I love this weather though, ladies and gentlemen. This is actual cold, like 2 degrees cold. It's freezing. I love it when it's like so cold it's really, really dry and crisp. Crisp. Any weather you can describe as crisp. That's a good weather in my book. Draw the line at icy. Now I have a car. Ice and snow is shit. Now I have a car and I need it to get places. I'm thinking haircut, lunch, shopping in that order. It's less pretty in the day, isn't it? Only feels quite a lot colder. Lunch, I'm pretty hungry, and then shopping. What am I going to have to eat though? Ooh. Oh, steady, steady, steady. Fucking 10 policemen just casually walking up there. I'll have to tell Laura that place exists. I'm terrible for shopping here, it's got to be said, but I just went into French Connection. What the fuck is that? Anyway, like I was saying, I went into French Connection. Bear in mind the last time I bought something from French Connection was about 3 years ago, before they ruined their polo shirt logo. They used to have like this little crown thing, and now they have the stupid F. Anyway, by the by. And I bought 2 polo shirts from them because they were really cheap. It was like £26 for a really good quality polo shirt, which I'd normally pay 50, 60 for. So anyway, go in there on the off chance they might have something. And I see this hoodie, and I'm like, that hoodie is absolutely gorgeous. And I literally picked it up to try it on, took it into the changing rooms, and then realised how expensive it was. I'm like, holy shit, it's the same price, well no, £5 cheaper than a Fred Perry one. Who do they think they are? That's ridiculous. French Connection's in no way the same league as Fred Perry. But it was really nice, and to be honest with you, I think it's worth the money, even though it's a lot of money. And the problem is, I was like, oh, I could ask Dad for this for Christmas. And I text Laura about it, and she's like, oh, you ought to ask him quick. So I'm now on relatively good authority that Dad is in a Fred Perry shop buying a hoodie. So yeah, I can't drop him a text now and be like, oh, I just saw, because he wouldn't know what to do with himself, because I do like both of them. But that one was like a dark grey and quite woolly. It was like knitted, and the other one is obviously like a normal hoodie. Like, I do need hoodies because my old Fred Perry one is like falling to bits now. So we're heading to the car. My hands feel like they're going to drop off. Headed to the car, and I didn't buy anything except food and a haircut, and didn't take any photos either, so this bag was pointless. So yeah, heading back. I think all of my shopping's going to have to be done online, although I still don't know what to get for everyone but Laura. I'm still not convinced on what I should get Laura. And I don't know how I'm going to order it to the flat without her noticing. Although I guess if it comes midweek, she won't notice because I get back before her, unless it comes back and comes on Thursday, in which case she will notice. Oh, it's great how warm this flat is, it really is. Oh man. We still haven't put any heating on yet, by the way, which is awesome. Like, we're thinking we might have to maybe put this one on and maybe the one in the office. But now I'm in the office, it's quite warm. It's just because no one's been in it and the door's been open since we moved in, basically, that it seemed cold. But like, every room here is really warm. Like, we'd never even consider putting a heater on in here because it would just be fucking tropical. We'd start growing big trees in it or something because it's just so bloody hot in that room. But you just come in and you're like, oh, it's good. Right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a cup of tea and I'm going to put last week's Doctor Who on because I missed it. And then I am going to start work. Yay. Just realised I've been sitting in the dark. This is ruined, by the way, because I got up, turned the light on to find my camera, came back, sat down, turned the light off. Well, no, turned the light off, then went back and sat down. Right, to work then, ladies and gentlemen. It is, what time is it? It's nearly 5 o'clock. So it's not early. It's not an early time to get work done, but we're going to be working in a way. I'm going to be setting Atlas up here. Bloody switch. I'm also thinking about getting a power line adapter, you know what those are? Where you can basically set up a network over a power socket. So instead of having Atlas wireless on the Wi-Fi, I can have it on the wired through power line by plugging 2 plugs in. But I also think that's a relatively silly idea. Anyway, just watched Doctor Who, really good. I'll try and find out when that's on tonight and I'll try and eat when it's on. But otherwise, I've been trying to think of... I'm really struggling with Christmas presents. I thought I was set yesterday. I've got like some good ideas. I found some good stuff. But I'm like conscious of the fact that it's all kind of the same thing. All of the things I've found. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And it's also like I can't decide either between some of them. So that's what I'm working on. Right then. Atlas, we're going to have to set you up slowly, love. It's going to have to be done. Otherwise, I'm going to have to bring my Surface in and I'm going to have to do some work on my Surface until we've got you working, darling. Cool. Let's get to it. Tempting to get the VPN to work, may or may not have gone a bit badly. Either way, figured out a better way. Jesus Christ. Ugh. I just want a network drive. Right, what am I having for dinner? I'm having chicken wings. Because Laura's not here and I'm lazy. What temperature do you want? 220 for 25 minutes. When was Doctor Who on? I've never checked. What should I eat for presents wise, babe? People? I don't know. I'm really struggling on the presents. Take however bloody many. Come on! Come on! Come on! That looks like progress. Yeah. Get it out. Oh man, because I'm following the tutorial I used to set up GCC on my Surface. My Surface's name is derived from my Microsoft account, which is like my email address. It takes the first bit of your email address and that's my computer's like name. Really annoyingly. But on Atlas, it's my username is Jamie Peacock. Problem is, when it's now trying to use my home address, it's got a space in it. So it's looking for files, it's trying to make files in somewhere that doesn't exist. Simple as that. So I had to fucking hack it to make it think that my home was somewhere else. And then everyone wins. What's his face? Isn't on. Doctor Who isn't on until 8. So having a late dinner. It's decided by Doctor Who. Because I need to be relatively time efficient. Because I've kind of fucked about with the majority of today. getting this all up and running and stuff, and yes! So now this is running. It means I can literally do everything now on Atlas. At last, I don't need this anymore. So difficult, man, going from one computer to another, or like just because you set things up, don't you? As you work on a computer, you start setting things up and you forget how you did things, and then porting that over is such a bitch. So, but that's up and running. I can connect to, or I figured out a workaround for the VPN. Happy days. Look at this as well, look. Using all of my processors. Fuck yeah. This is going to be so much quicker than on this. Ridiculously. It took like 2 hours. This will take like 2 minutes. I bet you. It's going to be so fast. It says, hoping, as he sits here, watching text go by. But look at that, look. I've never seen my computer use that much hardware. Ever. Look at all them CPUs, look. They're all nearly 100%. Well, chugging, like, along. This flat's really lonely when you exit. Stop staring at 2 computer screens and come into like these rooms and stuff. I'm just starting to make dinner now, and I've just had to face my fear. Something that I'm not very good at is portion sizes. I had to just half a tin of beans. That was hard. Back in the day, before Laura moved in, I used to eat things where I'd basically, in this scenario, I'd have like I'm having chicken wings, chips and beans. What I have is a mountain of chips, an entire tin of beans, and then like 20 chicken wings or something. And I've now realised that that's just silly, because you just end up eating until you're like over full, right? So now what I do is I have half a tin of beans. And now, do you know how hard it is to half a tin of beans? Probably, and it's probably not that hard for you, is it? But I don't know what it is, but it's really bloody hard, because how do you do it without, like always, one portion is by far bigger than the other, or one of them doesn't have much sauce, or anything like that, so that's hard. And I just had to open like a big box of, a box that big, of chicken wings. And I'm like, how many chicken wings is a portion? Not only am I doing it for me, like my portion, then I've got to double it and then freeze them, because I've got like little freezers with the other ones in. So I took a guess. I'm guessing that 6 is a normal sized portion. So I'm having 6. And then I just kind of split what was left into 2 boxes. I don't know how many was in those 2. So, to be honest with you, probably more than 12, but I don't know. Otherwise, I'm now waiting to put the chips in. So as soon as that beeps, put the chips in. Chips take 20 minutes. I've then got 10 minutes of coding before I can come back and I'll start warming up my beans. Because that ring takes a while to warm up. But then otherwise we're doing good. And then we should, I've ran a little bit late because, oh no, 20 minutes from here, that's fine. No, that's fine. We're going to be finished by then. I've run a little bit late because I'm getting a little bit excited. I'm trying to what I'm doing with my programming here, by the way, is my code works and stuff, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build the most automated way possible of getting all of the data I need, and then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to schedule a shitload of batch scripts to the supercomputer and just get them to email me when they're done. And as soon as I've got like 20 emails back, I'm like, oh, sweet, collect my data, graph it up, write a report, done. Write a report. I don't know how detailed this report's going to be, but we'll see. So, yeah, that's my plan, ladies and gentlemen. Because it's lots of running the same things over and over again, run it with this many threads, this many, this. And I'm just trying to automatically produce as much of that stuff or as much of that information as I possibly can do. So, that's the plan. Stand. Running my computer on my project now. I've had dinner, by the way. I'm just running it on a 150 by 150 grid. It didn't work on the supercomputer. The supercomputer cried about it reaching the limit of how many threads you can create, and I only created 16. So I don't know what it's smoking, to be honest with you, but who knows? I'm trying to figure out why. Am I allowed? I should be allowed 16 threads, in theory. Errored on thread 12. It's very bizarre. Unless the computer's set up so that you can't, like the 12th thread being created means that's the 13th if you include the main. It's like great big really powerful computer. It's not as powerful as it looks either. Like, all I've done is run it with 150 by 150 sized array. So what's that? Okay, so as a rough estimate, when I ran this with a 20 by 20 array, which I think is what this is, did I print out the size of it? No, I didn't. It took 1,000 passes through, roughly. This is a 150 by 150 array, so you can assume more passes. And it's taken like fucking 3 minutes to run. It's pathetic. Running still. Running, it's still running. 6 minutes now. It's gonna fucking time out at some point. Jesus. So it's not as beastly as it thinks it is, this bloody computer, is it? It thinks it's nice and fast. It's probably well, I don't know. There's 16 processors churning through this now. 16, so not 16 cores, 16 processors. But I think they're all dual core? I don't know how many cores both of them are, actually, but what does it tell me? I realise this computer was made by a bloody Casio. Sake, here's me generating 200 by 200 arrays to test, and I'm now testing to see if it can do a 50 by 50. I'm trying to do some kind of fucking binary search to try and figure out what it can actually handle. Takes over a minute to do a 50 by 50. I'm sure Atlas can churn out a 50 by 50 quicker than bloody that. Atlas is officially faster than this computer. I don't know what's going on. Oh, I have a feeling something's wrong with my code. And it makes... Oh. Something's wrong with my code. I should be able to run it. It shouldn't take 10 minutes to calculate a 50 by 50 array. But it can do 20 by 20, it's fine. It doesn't show you output until the whole thing's finished either, which is just another fucking kick in the balls. Why does it take so bloody long? Like, it must be in some kind of infinite loop. It must be. Something is clearly going on here, because this program takes my computer like 2 seconds to do. I wonder if it's that little thing. I wonder if it's that. I don't understand. All of my programs just seem to run infinitely on Balena. And I don't understand why. Because they work fine on mine. My computer's fine. Line endings, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking line endings. Code's bloody well fine. Okay. So, now let's try it with a bigger thing. So, on my computer, how long did it take me to do a 50 by 50? Now that problem's fixed. We're gonna have another go at a 100 by 100 one. My computer's churning it out now. I don't believe I have print statements in there to like... Do I take them out? Oh no, I've got it. So every 1,000 loops it will print out saying, I've done 1,000 loops. God, I've just spent so much time trying to figure out what it is. And I'm like, fucking, it is literally the bit that reads from the file. It's never getting out of that stage. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling it a night. It's 1:30. And I don't understand what's going on here. Atlas can solve a 50 by 50 array in 3 and a bit minutes. Whereas Balena times out. But she can do the 20 by 20 array in exactly the same amount of time. The only difference is the size of the array. And I don't understand what... It's not line endings. I don't understand what the error can be, you know? I just don't get it anymore. Right, So, I'm running stuff still. I just ran that and it took Atlas. I ran it for 30 by 30. Took Atlas about 11 seconds to do it. Ran it for Belena and it worked in 0.75 seconds. Just ran it for 40. Atlas took 116 seconds and Belena's still working on it. So something is happening as soon as you get above 30. Well, hold on. Well, we don't know yet. Belena might finish soon, but I don't think she's going to. So I'm gonna throw in another one now for 35 and see if. What is it? But I don't understand. If you go above 40, it will die. It just doesn't finish. But if you go at 30, it's bloody fast as fuck. I don't get it. Is it something to do with, like, the file that I'm reading in? That it's too long, maybe? Because it is, like, 30 numbers in a row. Right, it's 2 o'clock and I am definitely heading to bed now because I don't know what I'm doing. I was wrong about my error. What's happening is I'm reaching the end of my thread pool. No, I'm creating too many threads and then the program's like, nope, you've created too many. I thought I was reusing the threads, but it's not. So that's the problem. But it's 2:45, so I'm going to bed. Up early tomorrow, we're going to be doing this all day. Nothing else exciting, except Laura comes home. Yeah! So I want to try and get the vast majority of this done by then. But yeah, it's too late, so I'm going to go to bed and rest on it, I think. Thank you very much for watching this video, ladies and gentlemen, and I will catch you later. I think my light bulb might be a bit broke. Do you? Just a little bit. It's actually on in that room. Right, anyway. You know that feeling when you turn your computer off? Oh, in fact, let me just make sure the front door's locked. When you turn your computer off, put your pyjamas on, brush your teeth. Yep, locked. Locked. Brush your teeth. You've got a hot water bottle warming the bed up because Laura's not around to warm it up for you. Because she always gets in it first and has to deal with how cold it is. You've queued up a YouTube video to fall asleep to. And then you solve the problem. I've solved it in my head, I know what I need to do. So I had to write it down like on a little thing there, otherwise I'm never going to be able to go to sleep. Because I'm going to be like, I need to remember it, I need to remember it. Anyway, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning, so I'm not turning my computer back on again. I'll catch you later.